Elements of fiction. What is fiction? Fiction is make believe invented stories that may be short stories, fables, vignettes, plays, novellas, or novels. Although writers may base a character on people they have met in real life, the characters and the experience that the character faces in the story are not real. So, how a writer write fiction? Characters, setting, plot, conflict, point of view, and theme are six key elements of writing fiction. Characters, first key of fiction. Characters are the people, animals, or aliens in the story. Reader come to know the character through what they say, what they think, and how they act. E. M. Forster, an English novelist, identified that characters are either flat or round. Flat characters do not play important role in the stories. They often have only one or two traits with little description about them. A flat character may even be a stock character, which is stereotypical figure that is easily recognized by reader. For example, the mad scientist or the evil stepmother. On the other hand, the round character play an important role, often the lead roles in the stories. They are complex, dimensional, and well developed. The stories are about them, therefore, pages of writing will be about them. They often change by going through a life-changing experience as the story unfolds. When discussing stories with other readers and writers, and when writing an analysis of a story, fictional characters can be described as static or developing. Static means the character stay the same throughout the story. They do not change. Developing, also called dynamic, means the character change. The change may impact the character's beliefs, attitudes, or action. The change may be small or large. The change occurs because the characters experience an epiphany, an insight about life. If writers write about characters outside their own culture, they need to do research so as not to misrepresent a particular culture. The same is not true of characters who have illnesses. The writer may need to research the illnesses and treatment for it in order to be accurate about it. The second key of fiction is setting. Setting is where and when the story takes place. It includes the following: the immediate surrounding of the character, such as props in a scene, trees, furniture, food inside of a house or car, etc. The time of day, such as morning, afternoon, or night. The weather, such as cloudy, sunny, windy, snow, or rain, etc. The time of year, particularly the season, fall, winter, summer, spring. The historical period, such as what century or decades the story takes place. The geographical location include the city, state, country, possibly even the universe. If the writer is writing the science fiction setting, can fiction as a main force that the character encounter, such as a tornado or flood, or a setting can play a minor role, such as setting the mood. After oftentimes, the setting can reveal something about the main character as she fictions in that place and time period. Writer write about place they are familiar with. If they are not familiar with that place, they can then they need to research it in order to be accurate about the place. Plot. Plot is the order of event in the story. The plot usually follows a particular structure called Freytag's pyramid. Gustav Freytag, a German playwright who lived during the 18th, identified this structure. Freytag's pyramid has 5 parts: exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and denouement, also known as resolution. Freytag Pyramid by Gustav Freytag, a German playwright. Exposition is an introduction to the character, time, and the problem. At the point where exposition moves into rising action, a problem, sometime called an inciting incident, occurs for the main character to handle or solve. This creates the beginning of the story. Okay. Rising action includes the events that the main character encounter. Each event develops in separate scenes, make the problem more complex. Climax is the turning point in the story. Okay. Usually it is a single event with the greatest intensity and uncertainty. The main character must contend with the problem at this point. Falling action. Falling action include the events that unfold after the climax. This usually creates an emotional response for the reader. Denouement or resolution provides closure to the story. It ties up loose ends in the story. Do writes plan out their stories. Some do, especially if they are an extreme think writer. Some don't. They have a story idea, begin it, and watch it unfold as they write. Conflict. Conflict is the struggle between two entities. In story writing, the main character, also known as a protagonist, encounters a conflict with the antagonist, which is an adversary. The conflict may be one of six kinds: character vs character, nature or natural form, character with society or culture, machine or technology, goat, himself to herself, point of view. Stories are generally told in one of two points of view: first person point of view, third person point of view. First person point of view means that one of the character in the story will narrate, giving an account of the story. The narrator may be protagonist, the main character. Writing in the first person point of view bring the reader closer to the story. They can read it as if they are character, because personal pronouns like I, me, my, we, us, and are used. Thus, third person point of view means that the narrator is not in the story. The third person narrator is not a character. Third person point of view can be done two ways: third person limited, third person omniscient. Third person limited means that the narrator limits him herself by being able to be in one character thoughts, whereas third person omniscient means the narrator has ultimate ability to be in various characters thoughts. Writing in third person point of view removes reader from the story because of the pronouns he, she, it, him, her, his, hers, they, them, and theirs. Theme. A theme is not the plot of the story, it is the underlying truth that is being conveyed in the story. Themes can be universal, meaning they are understood by reader no matter what culture or country the reader are in. Common theme include coming of age, circle of time, prejudice, greed, good with evil, beating,